Hi everybody, I'm Alvira Betsa and I'm the owner of Czech Please Catering, and today we are going to make a roasted chicken. At the farmer's market, vegetables are plentiful right now. You can use a combination of a lot of different vegetables, but I'm going to show you an easy, flavorful way to make a dinner for 4 to 6 people that you'll enjoy. So in this bowl, I've already pre-cut some carrots, some portobello mushrooms, some Brussels sprouts, some baby red potatoes, and I snapped some green beans. Okay? And one of the things I want to go through with a Brussels sprout, I've been asked, what do you do with it? So we are going to cut the bottom off, and automatically you're going to see some old dead leaves start to fall off the side. You just want to pick those off, and we're going to core this in half. The reason is, if you don't do it, the flavors can't get in the Brussels sprout. It kind of just lays on the top of it, and you get this kind of cabbagey taste. And then how about beans? So what kind of a bean do we use? We're using a green bean. We want to snap the ends off if there's any ends, snap the tip off, and then we're just going to take our green bean and snap it into a couple different pieces. So snap the ends, snap our top, and snap the bean in a couple different pieces. To this bowl, I thought I'd show you about fennel. This is a fennel. Fennel has that really light licorice smell to it. However, when you add it in cooking, it kind of loses that licorice taste, and it adds the most beautiful, delicate flavor, especially for chicken or fish. But here's what you do with it. Hang it upside down, and the very tops of it we're going to cut off. Okay? We're just going to discard that. So we're going to take the rest of it and just make it into some chunky pieces. Now sometimes this part of the fennel you can eat, sometimes you can't. It might be a little bit stringy, but we're going to use it because it has a wonderful flavor for our chicken. And so you're left with the core of the fennel. So we're going to take the bottom off, like that, discard this. And the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to core this. We're just going to cut it into nice chunkies. It almost looks like an onion inside. And you can already smell that licorice taste, almost like a candy. So we're going to core this into some nice chunky pieces. This is the best part of fennel. It's mild, and it'll take on the flavor of whatever you have cooking, whether it be fish or chicken. And that's it. Just a real rough chop. We're going to put it into there. Okay? The other thing we're going to do is we're going to add some onion. Now I'm going to save part of this onion to put into the inside of the chicken, into the cavity, and we're going to save part of it to put into here. So I'll set this aside. Making a mess here. I'm going to peel off the outside, and we're just going to cut this into some nice healthy chunks of onion, just like that. This is some big chunks. And you can use whatever vegetables that you like. I'd say the only thing maybe not is tomatoes, and if you do want to put tomatoes in, maybe the last 10 minutes. So we have this beautiful bowl of all of these wonderful vegetables that you can get at the farmer's market. I like to use a cold pressed olive oil, which means it's just been pressed once. It's not refined and has that nice olive smell to it, and it's very green. So we are going to drizzle this liberally with some olive oil. And so how much do we use? We use enough to mix it up so that when we salt and pepper this, the salt and pepper are going to stick to the olive oil. So if your vegetables are still dry, you're going to need to add more. You want to have a nice coating of olive oil so that they're a little bit shiny. Okay? So we're going to add a little bit more. All right. Now, we are going to add about a tablespoon of salt. I like to use kosher salt, nice flavor. We are also going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper. And we are just going to mix this up so everything gets coated nicely. Again, if you think your vegetables are too dry, just add a little bit more olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, and we're done. So we're going to save this and set this aside. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to do is get us a pan big enough for a chicken. And you want to get about a 5 to a 6 pound chicken. I'm just going to spray this liberally with some Pam, some olive oil, something to help it make non-stick. Okay? And let's get our chicken. So, this is the chicken I bought. Okay. A lot of people think that you take the chicken out of your wrapper, you pat it dry, or you just start using it. I don't like that. I think sometimes there's bacteria that's in that. So what I like to do is using cold water, I give my chicken a bath. And what I'm looking for is the little pin feathers that might be on it. I'm also looking for any type of, like, almost like a yellow scum that stays on it from being pre-packaged. You're just rubbing your chicken and just pretend you're just giving it a nice bath. You want to make sure that you go inside the neck area, clean that out real well, clean its body, and especially its cavity. Okay? Under cold water, just get in there and just rinse it out. And this is what we don't want. This is why we're cleaning our chicken right here. See that? I'll have to cut that off over there. So we're cleaning our chicken and letting it drain. Okay? And I just put it on a paper towel and a cookie sheet. Come back over here. Put our pan over here. And let me get a knife. This is what I was talking about in our chicken. Sometimes these little feathers are not taken off, and we really don't want to eat them. So we are going to take off the little feathers. You just want to go over your chicken and make sure that there's no dark marks. If your chicken has a bad smell, almost like a rotten piece of meat, you don't want to use it. It should be a nice, healthy, it really should smell like nothing. Okay, I think we're good. So the next thing we're going to do, let me get some utensil here. Chicken cooks from the inside out, not the outside in. So a lot of people think, you know, my chicken is dry, it has no flavor. You're actually correct. But I'm going to show you how to avoid that. You have the cavity of your chicken. I want you to take about a teaspoon of salt and put it inside your chicken. About a half a teaspoon of pepper, put it inside your chicken. So now we flavored the inside of our cavity, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is, remember that onion that we used in our vegetables? We're gonna take the other half of it. I'm gonna cut this into some quarters. And we're gonna stuff our chicken so that it has great flavor. We're gonna put an onion in there. The next thing we're gonna do is I went out to my garden and I picked some fresh thyme, which you can get at the farmer's market or a grocery store, and some fresh parsley. This is gonna give it a lovely flavor. And we're just gonna shove it in there. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And we're gonna add a lemon. So the thing about lemons, pick yourself a nice lemon. Lemons are hard. I want you to take your palm and roll into it. This starts loosening up all the juices that are in that lemon. Then we are going to cut the ends off of our lemon, like that. I'm going to cut this off. Okay. We're just going to cut it down the center. Easy as 1, 2, 3. We're going to take this lemon and we're going to put it inside of here too. No, there's a lot going in here. And we're going to take another piece of our onion and we're going to put that inside of here. Okay. Last but not least, put another one in. The idea is to stuff this as much as you can with the fresh herbs, the lemon, and your onion. This is where you're going to get some flavor. So that's not going to fit. And the last but not least part is a garlic bulb. So you have this nice, beautiful garlic bulb. We're going to cut it in half. It's nice and fresh, so it's hard. If your garlic is brown, don't buy it. So this is what it looks like inside. It's beautiful, it's fragrant, it has garlic. I want to take off the papers on the outside, but it's really not going to matter so much. And we're going to take this garlic and we're going to put it in the inside. Just like that. What happens is that when this chicken is baking, what's inside its cavities is going to start seeping out through the chicken as well as all the vegetables around the chicken. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to put our chicken in our pan. Let's get rid of this one. Bring this over here. Okay. Now, remember those beautiful vegetables that we just did? We are just going to dump them right over this chicken. And they are going to roast beautifully. So we have our chicken, we have our vegetables. Remember to go to your local farmer's market. They work hard. A lot of their food is organic. It's nice and fresh. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the colors. It's just beautiful. Okay, what are we going to do with our chicken now? Last but not least, we are going to take some, I like to use extra virgin olive oil, as I said, but it really doesn't matter. I'm going to take a little bit and drizzle over our chicken. Why are we doing this? Because it makes it nice and brown. There we go. Just going to slather on and massage our chicken. In here, I have half a stick of salted butter because we want to add some flavor. I just melted it. You can either melt it on the stove or put it in the microwave. We're going to drizzle that right over the top. It's not that much, but it's enough that it's going to go into that chicken again. Massage the chicken like it has a backache. Get into there. Okay, let's do this. And last but not least, we got to add some flavor. So, again, we're going to salt this because remember, this is where we're going to get some flavor. A little bit of pepper. Okay, over there. And we are done. You're going to put this in a 425-degree oven. It is going to bake for approximately 2 hours. You can tell what's done if you have a meat thermometer that registers 165 degrees and you want to put it into the thick part of the thigh, or if you cut it when the juices run clear, it's also done. So we're going to put this in the oven. Voila. What I like to do is put this on our kitchen table, have my family around it. We each get some plates, some silverware, and we just start digging in. It's a family favorite. You can see how the vegetables have roasted. You just want to take this out of your chicken, but all the juices that we've made with the stuffing in this is now gone into the chicken and into our vegetables. So from my kitchen to yours, have a great day.